I'm Indy Neidell, and this is Out of the Foxholes, where I sit here in my chair of infinite knowledge and answer all your questions about the Second World War. Elias Vassinen writes, that's an interesting name. Hello, Elias. Okay, what did Slovakia do during the invasion of Poland, and were they just a puppet of the Reich or an ally with free will? Following the Nazi occupation of the Sudetenland and the Munich Agreement in September 1938, Slovakia emerged as a semi-independent, autonomous state from the weakened Czechoslovakia with close ties to Nazi Germany. When Hitler began planning his annexation of the rest of the Czech Republic lands, there were discussions in the Nazi high command as to what would happen with Slovakia. Should she also be annexed by Germany? Should she cede territory to Poland and Hungary? Should she become an autonomous state inside Hungary? Eventually, Hitler, already planning his upcoming invasion of Poland, saw Slovakia as a valuable springboard for a swift German invasion of southern Poland. Thus, while the Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia was declared as a new part of Nazi Germany, Hitler and his foreign minister, Joachim von Ribbentrop, met with Josef Tiso, a Catholic priest who had led the Slovak government during its short time as an autonomous state inside Czechoslovakia. Hitler offers Tiso the leadership of a new Slovak state, but Tiso returns to Bratislava, the capital, without any definite answer. The Slovak government is initially hesitant about the independence, but after hearing talks about Hungarian invasion plans, they cave, and Josef Tiso is appointed first president of the Slovak Republic. However, after just a week of independence, Hungary swiftly invades with almost no opposition from the fairly weak Slovakian military. Slovakia is forced to cede a large part of its eastern lands to Hungary, and immediately after that, Tiso contacts Hitler, asking Germany to take over the protection of Slovakia. Well, Hitler happily accepts, and Slovakia is now, in all aspects, a de facto client state of Nazi Germany. When the invasion of Poland came in September 1939, Hitler requested that Slovakia aid him in his invasion as his ally. Slovakia actually did attack with a field army of its own. The Field Army Bernolak of 3 infantry divisions and some mobile forces invaded and captured some border territory, which Tiso later annexed. Let's see. Matthew Trafton. Hello, Matthew. What do you want? You want, how did Franco's regime in Spain view the German invasion of France? Okay. The fascist regime of Francisco Franco in Spain was only just a year old when Germany invaded France. Franco had taken total control, in March 1939 after a 3-year-long and very bloody civil war. And he declared Spain's neutrality in September 1939. See, the government and the leading politicians in Madrid that fall and that winter were divided on which side to take. They were both Anglophiles and Germanophiles. Franco himself showed deep pro-Axis sympathy. This was strengthened by a feeling of debt towards Germany and to Italy after the support they had shown him during the Civil War. After the fall of France, though, the Anglophile power base was sidelined, and Franco's pro-Axis faction was ascendant. In June 1940, he changed the Spanish position to one of non-belligerency, meaning that Spain was now supporting Germany and Italy politically, though not militarily. Franco met with Hitler, assuring him that Spain would enter the war as soon as the isolationist public opinion was turned. At the same time, Spanish troops entered the international zone of Tangier, occupying it. So Spain was on the verge of war. See, Franco was determined to regain the Spanish colonial empire, and he saw the international chaos as a means of doing this. The vulnerable Vichy French colonies of North Africa were tempting targets, and Franco demanded Spanish control of Morocco, West Africa, and Gibraltar in order to join Germany in the war. Franco was also well aware that the British and the US, on whom Spain was extremely dependent in trade, would then begin blocking the Iberian Peninsula. So he wanted German supplies of food and arms as well as those territories. So when Hitler heard the Spanish demands, the territories and the German aid, he refused. He was in fact shocked by what he saw as the excessive demands of Franco. In October 1940, Franco again met with Hitler. Again, he listed his demand. Again, Hitler did not go along with him. Franco returned to Madrid with plans for neutrality and sympathies to the Axis cause. A plan for Spanish military involvement in the Second World War had been shelved for the time being. Okay, I'll leave it there. Matthias Bannenberg writes, what preparations did Greece undergo as the war reached the Mediterranean? Well, Matthias, preparations for a possible Italian invasion in Greece had actually already been underway since Ioannis Metaxas, the dictator of Greece, had assumed office as prime minister back in 1936. Now, he had been fearful of an Italian invasion of Greece ever since Benito Mussolini had temporarily occupied Corfu in 1923. But it was first with the establishment of the Rome-Berlin axis the worries of the Greek leadership became more concrete. Although Metaxas was himself a Germanophile, and Nazi Germany was Greece's largest trading partner, Metaxas realized that Germany could not protect Greece. Another worry of Metaxas was to be drawn into a war on the Allied side, as Greece had been in the First World War. So he and his cabinet came up with a ruse to assert their neutrality. He reached out to the British ambassador in 1938, proposing a Greek-British alliance. When the British rejected the idea, Metaxas could now sit back, justifying Greek neutrality should a war break out. However, this neutrality seemed that it would be increasingly difficult to maintain when Mussolini occupied Albania in 1939 with 20 Italian divisions, and that is a force far too large for just occupying Albania. So Metaxas worried that Italy would invade Greece immediately, so Greece was put in a state of preparation for war. And seeing that Hitler had supported Mussolini's invasion of Albania, Metaxas now had no other choice than to go to Britain and France for a guarantee against an Italian invasion. Neville Chamberlain and Edouard Daladier, the two countries' prime ministers at the time, made a statement promising to protect Greek neutrality. However, for Metaxas, this was not enough. He pushed for increased Greek remilitarization of both the army and the navy. In 1936, he had begun building the Metaxas Line, a series of 21 fortifications with tunnels, observatories, machine gun nests along the Bulgarian border. By October 1940, no, you'll have to watch the regular weekly episodes to see what happens. Well, that is all for today, kids, and you can direct all of your questions to community.timeghost.tv. Instead of just listing them all here in the comments, if we have them all in one place, it's a lot easier for us to organize them. Please support us at patreon.com or at timeghost.tv. Your support is what makes this show exist. See you next time.